Okay, so no, wait. Welcome to my channel, guys. This is me, Rahul here, and you are watching Swag Tech. I know a lot of things have been changed. I know I have not been uploading video of since like ages, and I'm back again with a video. Sudden, all of a sudden. I know it is quite hard to believe for you. I know it is painful. Yeah, I understand. And also, my language has changed. I understand that. But actually, I found that I was more comfortable with speaking in English rather than in Hindi. So I'm not speaking in Hindi anymore. Yeah, I know. That's sad. Yeah. But anyways, so what's this video is gonna about? I'm gonna go through it pretty fast. By the way, as you guys might have noticed, there it is. I have a microphone here, which is actually not working right now. As you can see, there is the where of it is actually not working. I am keeping it right here because behind it there is a microphone, small microphone that you cannot see. I am keeping it because the quality of voice without this would be terrible. Trust me. On my other channel, I have noticed the same thing. Okay, what is this video about? I'm gonna be starting a course, guys. Yeah, that's so much exciting. I understand. Yeah, you cannot stop your excitement. I understand that. Anyways, so this course is about learning how to program or code. Okay, so basically in this tutorial series, or you can see in this course, you're gonna be learning everything about programming language, data structures, algorithms, stuffs, everything. Okay, so I hope you will accompany with me along this in this channel. Also, you will ask me, why should I learn from you? There are so many people out there, and why should I not learn from them? There are so many people on the internet, like there are so many big other creators. Then why should I not learn from them and learn from you? Okay, so to this question, I have to answer it in a little bit of abstract manner. Why should you learn from me? Okay, let's take an example of a student who is studying and a teacher. Okay, let's understand the difference. Okay, a student is someone who is a learner, who takes resources from different places, from different teachers or different institutes or different schools, colleges, whatever you can say. He takes all the information, basically all the data, and he has the maximum amount of resources. There is a saying, some friends are there who will teach you more than your teacher. They can make you understand things easily, basically. So I want to say you that I am still a learner, and I'm nothing else. Okay, I'm no one, like in this world of this everything. I'm no one. Okay, I'm just a simple normal student or a learner. So why should you learn from me? Because I have a lot of good resources to give you and make you understand things properly, because I am learning too, and I know how it feels like to learn these things. I hope you will accompany with me that. So this question is solved. Now the question comes that what we are gonna be learning in this course. First of all, we need to learn a programming language to do or to make programs, right? Uh, so what is basically a programming language? First, you need to understand that. So right in front of me there is my laptop. This laptop has a lot of different applications and softwares installed in it. The first software that I can see in front of my eyes is the operating system. Basically is the biggest software of all, and it is running because of something telling it to do something, right? So that something is basically what we call a code, or the language in which it is written is known as programming language. Or in a very simple manner that I can describe a programming language is that, okay, let me adjust the camera a bit. Wait. Okay, I'm really sorry for that, but actually the camera was misplaced in some way. So anyways, so what I was talking about is what is a programming language. In the simplest way that I can describe is that there's a computer in front of me and I'm an user of that computer, right? Basically that's it, or I'm the owner of that computer. Now I need to communicate with the computer in some way to tell it to do something, right? So that way of communication is not understood by this computer. If I'll say do this, then he will not do this. Okay, if I'll say like ये करो वो करो, तो वो नहीं समझेगा वो सब कुछ. तो at that time we need to understand, we need to learn a language that computer and me both can understand, right? And that language through which you actually communicate with your computer and tell him to do some specific functions or specific activity, that is what we call a programming language. Okay, so there are different types of programming language. Now the question comes, there are a variety of programming language, and a lot of people will ask like this: okay, bro, now I understand what the programming language is, and I understand what the thing is, but there is a variety of programming language, and I heard Python is the best, and C++ is just amazing, you know. Yeah, so which one should I really learn? I need to start with something. Okay, to those person, I need to clear you something about it. Every programming language is good in itself. That means every programming language was built for some specific task to be done. For example, Python is basically mainly used for artificial intelligence development, and Java, a lot of things uses Java. Anyways, the simplest example that I can give is Android development, or any other software that you can, or program that you can run on the Windows, uses Java. And C++, it has a lot of variety, like all the operating systems and stuff. All the major software of your computer is written in this language, because it has a lot of good features and good things. Like for example, the simplest example that I can give is the pointer, which is there in C++, C, but is not there in Java. Okay, so what about that, you will ask me. Basically, programming is not about the language. You should understand that first. So what do you mean by that? I mean by that is, you can learn a programming language in pretty easily, or pretty, you know less amount of time. In less amount of time you can learn any language, like in 10 days, or in 7 days, or in a week, or in a month. You can learn a programming language. That's pretty easy. But the thing is that, what to do with that programming language, or the main part of the programming, that you call programming, that is writing a program. These things will same be there on uh, other other programming language. So that means the language is not the most important. The important thing is that you understand all the mechanisms, or all the things that you can do using this the programming language. Okay, so the question comes, what is programming now? So programming is basically writing a program using any programming language. But in this course you will be not only be learning about the basics of programming. You will also accompany with me to learning data structures, algorithms. Now what are these things, you might ask?
Bro.
Data structures are nothing but the way how data is stored in your memory. So your data, anything like 1 0 2 3, whatever, my name Rahul, your name, whatever it is, youtubers, these all are data, right? And then it will be stored like a picture. They have to be stored bit by bit in a specific memory, right? And how it is stored is basically data structure decided. Okay, but it is actually a big term. You will not understand it now, right now, but we will understand it on the future, because I will also learn with you a lot of other things. Okay, and what are algorithms? Algorithms are those functions or methods that what are methods now, you will ask me. Basically methods are nothing but a program that you have written using the programming language in order to do a specific activity. Okay, that is what is a method is in simplest definition which I can give you. So you, in order to execute any method using when you execute a method using those data structure and to do something with them, so this is what we call an algorithm. Okay, so that's what an algorithm is. Now we have understood what is data structure, what is algorithm. We're gonna be learning in future classes, but for now, for today's video, I'm just giving a brief introduction about what we're gonna be learning in this course, what we are gonna be going with in this course. Okay, so you need to understand something first, how actually Java works in your computer. Also, I have not said you guys something, that is that Java is an object oriented programming language. C++, Python, all these are object oriented programming language. Now you have already known from my previous video, I guess, where I have talked about how to start web development. In that you have already known what is actually front end, what is back end code. You have understood what the difference between them. So front end code actually basically designs the user interface, that is designs everything in front, what is seen by the user. and basically the backend is the stuff related to servers and databases, these things. So basically that's all about backend and front end. Now when you make an application, you will need to first design an UI. For that you will need some kind of code, that is we call it markup language, like HTML. In case of web development and Android development, we use XML sheets for designing the UI. And behind it, what are the function of that button? Well, like I have got a specific button, what is the function of that? This is actually said by those programming language JavaScript in case of web development. And in case of Android development, you use Java for saying what is done by that and what is done by this, and what will happen after you click this, what will happen after this. These things will occur only when you have a programming language like Java or JavaScript learned. These are two completely different languages, so don't argue with that. And yeah, and if you already like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Okay, so now let's understand what is how does Java work in your computer. Okay, so in Java we gotta understand the difference between JVM, JRE, and JDK first. In every computer there is a environment for running Java, and that environment is basically provided by JVM, which is JVM. The full form of JVM is Java Virtual Machine. And after JVM, you will know JRE. What is JRE? JRE is Java Runtime Environment. So what do you mean by that? I mean that the computer needs to understand what basically it is, what basically the compiler had done, and what is the line by line code that is there. Okay, so it needs to understand what basically your file is about and what is inside of it. So to make him understand that, you need some specific libraries installed in your computer. So it basically comes pre-installed in every device. It is called Java Runtime Environment, and it is the least requirement for with which you can run a Java program. That is, to run a Java program, you need to have JRE. Okay? Let's consider this is JVM, and you have added some external libraries to it, okay, and closed it. So this becomes JRE. Okay. Now with the JRE, if you add some development tools, then the complete thing becomes Java Development Kit or JDK. For example, I have made a program that says. That asks you what is your name, and if you will type your name, then it will display your name on the output. Okay, so it will display your output. So in order to make him understand the line by line codes, there should be there is JRE in your computer or in your laptop or whatever it is. It is also in your Android too, so it will understand what is basically is, and it will execute it. Okay, so this is the minimum requirement required for your computer to understand what actually your file or your program means to it. Okay, what it should do. Actually, I talked about JDK, which we basically need as developers. We need to make something. We need JDK will basically is a Java development kit, and basically with JRE you have some development tools like the compiler. Task of compiler is basically to compile your what do you mean by compile is nothing but, you can say, convert your Java code, which is actually written in some other syntax, into the machine or the bytecode. The bytecode which your computer can understand, which your laptop or computer, whatever it is, it can understand. JDK doesn't come in most of the devices, so you need to install it manually. So when if you want to install it, then you can take a look at a lot of videos they are out there in the internet, or you can just type in Google how to install JDK, or just JDK download for your the latest version of JDK download for your operating system which you are using. Like I'm using Linux here, so I have already installed JDK a long time ago. Now what we will be doing is that we will be using Eclipse. What is Eclipse? Eclipse is an integrated development environment, or an IDE, which actually you need to install manually on your computer, laptop, whatever it is. If you are using Android and you don't have any laptop, computer, or whatever it is, then then still you can use your Android to write programs. You just have to install some IDE. There are a lot of like an IDE you can use for Java writing Java program. Okay, that's all you need to know right now. If you are not understanding anything, you will understand after step by step. So don't worry about it. I'll go in detail with this in later on. I'm gonna open Eclipse, and we're gonna be writing our first program on Java. Okay. So as you can see, I'm on my desktop, and I am opening Eclipse IDE, and basically you have to create now a workspace, and you will click launch whatever it is with. I'll keep it same, and now it is launching, starting Eclipse, and wait for some time. it will open up. Okay, now it has opened with my previous project. So you can see there is a project explorer on the left side. This is what we're going to be focusing on basically. Now as you can see, I have a project anything. I'll click on right click and then click on new project, and basically I'll make a new project. So whatever it is, just click on next. Okay, a new Java project name. You can give whatever name you want to give. In this case, I will give it introduction as name. You can give whatever you want. Basically, you need to create a folder or a specific for that specific project. So whatever you want to give, you can give the name. I am giving the introduction as name, and then click on finish. It is already pre-selected JDK and everything. So next click on finish. Now it will ask for probably the module name should be, as you can see, there is a discouraged module name should be in lowercase letter, starting with lowercase letter. So you will I'll change it to I in lowercase letter. This is the good thing about ID. It tells you where you are doing wrong and what you are doing right. Okay, now next introduction video. Let me type introduction video. This type of writing is called camel casing, in which you basically write in middle uppercase and starting from lowercase. And now I'll click on create and then no. Now it has basically created my project. Now I'll click on right click on src and I'll click on new package. Yeah, so that I can create a package now. So package name should be in small letter, I mean starting with lowercase letters. So yeah, so you have created this package, and now you will click on finish, and as you can see, it has created a package for me. Now I'll right click here and I'll click on new and then class. What are this class project package stuff, you will understand later. Class name should start with uppercase letter. As you can see, there is a warning in there, you can see in the top. So I'm changing it, and now I'm doing the same thing here, and as you can see, it is so I'll now check on public static void main string arguments, which method you would like to create on that, because this is basically the main method. I will understand it later, but basically for now you just have to click it, or you just to check it, because it will write the code for you, write the main method for you. So now in this case, just check it and then click on finish, so that you can get the main method already typed. This is basically the main method, where you other methods you use or returns the value to the main method. So this is camel casing, and you should remember that it always that in Java package name should be starting with lowercase, and the class should be in uppercase. Okay, so now click on finish, and it will open up for you that .java file. When you will click on so you get this code. This is basically the main method which I was talking about. If you had not checked it, then it would have not typed this thing. It would be like this, and you would not have the main method here. You would have to type the same thing here to get the main method inside of this class. So as you can see, there is package introduction and then public class introduction video, as we have entered earlier. So you will understand these things later on. Just now I'm just gonna show you how to write hello world project on your using Java programming language, because that's what we all do. So I'll click on Ctrl Z to get the main method back again, and this line to do generated methods, this is basically a comment. It has no function in the code. It does not change anything. So let's say, for example, I'm taking an integral like integer variable a is equal to 1. So you'll understand these things later on when I'll teach data types. Now I need to define what is actually it. So I'll use comment are written like this, 2 / and then whatever you want to write, you will write. This will not affect the code. This is not a part of code. It is basically a comment. Okay, so you don't need to worry about it. Now
there is another type of comment which you call multi-line comment, in which basically this is the way how you write multi-line comments. And basically you can write any how many lines you want in between this forward slash and asterisks. So this is the way how you write comments, single line and multi-line comments. Yeah, so I talked about comments. Now we will use a method called system.out.println. So this basically, okay, let me type it. And also you should remember that Java is a very letter specific language, so you should be very much careful about the words or the letter which you are writing. You cannot write here in this case anything, you can change here anything. For example, in this case, system.out.println, which I have written, if I change the s to a lowercase, then it will not work. It will show me a compilation error. Basically this is you should keep in mind all the uppercase lowercase stuffs. And now using this method, inside this method we will just write hello, type hello world in between two quotes. And as you can see, I've written hello world, and when I will run this, basically this will execute hello world. So basically this is your first project created, and this is your first program you have written in Java. Now system.out.println, you should be worrying about this uppercase lowercase stuff, and you should always close those those brackets and those stuffs, so that, and after every line you should give this semicolon. You should not miss this. And this is how this method works. I'll talk about it in future. In detail you will understand what this basically means. But now, for now, you just keep in mind that system.out.println is basically for printing out something, to getting an output of something. Okay, so in this case I'm gonna be this I'll be running this code. Okay, running this piece of code. So this is the run button. I'll click it, and after clicking it, it will show me which file should it run, because there are so many files up here, as you can see. So it will ask me for something. Let us wait here. Yeah, so as you can see, it came. So I'll just click on OK. After that, wait, my potato laptop is lagging. I cannot yeah, so I'll click OK, and then it will basically start the compilation and stuff. The JVM and JRE will come into action, and as you can see, the output came out in below the as you can see in the console, hello world came out. So this is your first project. Congratulations, you have created your first Java project or the Java program. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to subscribe. And I will be continuing this course further, and we'll be learning together. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye. Peace.